What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 68 of The Climb here with Luzenak. Yes, we are back again today to take on Sevilla, to hopefully dish out a Sevilla punishment. See what I did? No, it's terrible. Yeah, we're back. We've only played 2 games since you were last here. Of course, we are kind of getting into that tail end bit of the season where it feels like there is important game after important game after important game. And, well, we've been doing okay in the last 2 important games, yes. Only 2 matches played since you were last here. 2 wins, though, which is the main thing. And the first was perhaps the most important of all. The Coupe de France semi-final against Lille. And, well, really convincing result, this one. It finished 3-1. We got a goal just before half-time, courtesy of Huskaric. In the second half, we were able to extend our lead inside the opening 60 minutes of the game. And from there, we kind of initiated cruise control and went on our merry way. It was a really good performance, though. Finally getting some goals. Of course, last episode, taking on Young Boys, that 2-2 draw. I didn't really take the positives away from it at the time, but I think one of the positives was that switching things up with the midfield definitely helped in terms of pushing the CDMs further forward to centre mids. And, well, off the back of that game and this one against Monaco, I'm feeling good. Yes, next game against Monaco was a 4-0 win. I did continue to tinker with the system slightly going into this Sevilla game, so we'll cover that in a second. But, yeah, I feel like it really paid dividends, actually, in this game against Monaco. We looked very, very good in it. Kofi got us off to a flyer, and then Lopez picked up a hat-trick. He even missed a penalty in it. He showed a degree of mercy, did Lopez. He missed a penalty for the hat-trick and still ended up getting it. He was just a fox in the box. To be fair, there were a few players who were desperately unlucky not to score in this game, including Julio Cesar, who has been struggling a little bit for goals. But ultimately, a 4-0 win was a really, really convincing result. A result that we desperately needed as well, so I am definitely happy about that. And, yeah, as I mentioned, we have been fiddling, shall we say. We've been fiddling with our tactics, fiddling with our systems, and I've kind of had this thought, and it came to me last night, and it was, Kofi is way too good not to be getting more out of him. And I was sat thinking, well, how do I get more out of him? Do I play him as a secondary striker? Do I try something else? So what we've actually done is we've changed things up. So we've gone back to inside forwards. You might remember a few episodes ago we talked about that change of inside forwards becoming inverted wingers. But what I've actually done is I've put them both onto attack. Yes, I want these guys to spearhead attacks, Kofi and Ari, and the complete wingbacks are now on support instead of attack. I think that's going to help with us playing a little bit more direct, a little bit quicker. We're not as reliant on the overlaps to get men forward in the wide areas. And I'm hoping it's going to see Kofi and Ari get into more goal-scoring situations. Because fundamentally, they're 2 players who have great goal-scoring records. This year, I was hoping they'd make a step up and maybe add a few more goals. They've not done that yet. So with it all in mind, I feel like we have to try and help them along. And I think this change helps a ton. It also means that Lopez is no longer a shadow striker. He will instead play as an advanced playmaker on support, which if we just look at him highlighted here as an advanced playmaker on support, there is absolutely no denying he is absolutely phenomenal. Of course, our history against Spanish clubs isn't the best. I will hold my hands up and admit. So today's game against Sevilla is a bit of a nerve-wracking one. Of course, as I mentioned, the centre mids I've kept pushed forward as a deep line playmaker and box-to-box midfielder. I feel like that has helped us out a little bit as well. I feel like our midfield has been a little bit isolated from one another. There was times, even with the 2 defensive mids, where we just couldn't quite get the ball to the front men quickly enough. There was just too much space and too many men to try and thread the needle through in terms of balls, forward into the final third. So I'm hoping that it's going to pay dividends, and so far it has. So fingers crossed, touch wood, we are going to get a win today, and, well, it's going to be tricky. Sevilla, of course, one of the big boys of Spanish football, that there is no denying. We start off with a game at home against them. Just to take a quick peek at them, they are currently 4th in La Liga, and their key player is Luengo, who, if we take a look at him, he's good. He's better than I remember him being. He was meant to go to Liverpool, I think, and then the deal, I guess, didn't happen. Oh, my word. I didn't realise he was this. Well, we know what if we stop Hernan Luengo, we have a chance of winning. Oh, I was feeling quite optimistic prior to clicking on that profile. I seem to remember looking at him in pre-season and thinking he was insane then. Genuinely one of the best players in world football. However, However, they're 4th in La Liga, so clearly they're not this unbeatable force, and we have a few players of our own. Unfortunately, with their key player being a winger, you would love to have our first choice fullbacks available today. That ain't the case. Felipe Jonathan is out with an injury. He's out for 2 to 8 days. Might be back for the second leg in a week's time. Sardella is also suspended for today's game. So Galvez, happy Christmas. Good luck, mate. And also you, Koza. It's going to be a long night for them, I fear. But we're going to give it our best shot. You know, ultimately, at home, I want to be positive. I want to play on the front foot. The rest of the team kind of picks itself. This is the team that when we have our full strength 11, I'm most happy in. If there was one area of concern, it would be the striking position. Cesar's not been scoring goals. Sesko's not been scoring. Huskaric has only got 3 this year. In fact, Alec Tanguy, the youngster who you may remember generated a few years ago now, he's with the first team. He's not made an appearance yet, but he's actually on the bench today. If desperate times kick in, we may be bringing on the 17-year-old for his senior debut in this Europa League second round. Either way, let's get into this first tie. The second choice fullbacks lacking match fitness is not entirely surprising, but we're going to give it our best shot. And well, at home, I think we've got to try and, I guess, start on the right foot is kind of the phrase I'm looking for. I want us to get a few goals, hopefully look good defensively. Looking at their team, they've got Guiri playing up top. They've got Rainy Adelaide playing out on the left-hand side. So they've got some pretty good players. Of course, Luengo on the right is the standout player. But yeah, plenty of players I recognise here. And this is a pretty good team that Sevilla have amassed. It's not going to be an easy one for us. But, well, ultimately, we're just going to give it our best go and see what we can do here. Passionate. I have faith in you. Come on, boys. Whew. Pressure is on. The pressure is on. Can we get the result that we need? That is the question on everyone's lips. It's the question on my lips. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. I mean, you can tell it's serious because I've got my hand on my kind of cheek as if it's like a deep in thought moment. I'm panicking, everyone. 13 minutes in. Let's get the first highlight. They've had all the possession, but they've had all the shots as well, which is concerning. I feel bad for Koza. We're kind of feeding him to the wolves, but unfortunately, first choice left back's out. Oh my word. That's a chance. That's something that we have to take in this game. Ari has an effort. Keeper parries it over. Should have been a goal, says the commentator. Oh, don't do this again. After last episode where we just couldn't get goals from the chances that we had in the first leg, I don't want a repeat of that. I don't want to go into the second leg with a 0-0 or a 2-0 or, well, 2-0 to them, obviously. A 2-0 to us would be fine. Ari whips it in. Marlon Adriano, 2-0 will be fine. Lovely ball in. Marlon Adriano with the header. It was that goal number 5 for the season. He's loving it. And Ari getting the first assist in what feels like a little while. It may not be a little while, but Ari is a player who you associate with getting multiple assists a game, and his returns have slowed down a little bit along with our goal scoring, which I suppose is to be expected. Either way, we're a goal up, everyone. Let's remain calm. Luengo, the best player on the pitch, whips it in. Marlon Adriano heads it clear to Ari, who should just try and get this out. I don't like us messing around with the ball. Brass has the right idea. Kofi getting forward here as an inside forward on attack. He has to do a little bit better than that. But good to see him in the final third. That is not something that we've seen from him throughout this year. And it is something that I really, really enjoyed us kind of using and utilising against Monaco. Anyway, 40 minutes gone. It's still 1-0. Not a bad first half by any means if it remains like this. And indeed it will. It's been a pretty 50-50 game. They've had a little bit more of the ball. We started a little bit slowly, but we kind of found our groove as the half went on. I am going to tell the players I'm far from pleased. I want to get them fired up. I want them to be angry. I want them to be mean. I would love another goal in this game. Cesar's been quiet. I'm going to bring in Sesko, who I don't remember scoring in a while. So if there's a time to score Sesko, it would be now. Elsewhere in the team, Kofi, I think we have to show some patience with. Do I want to make another sub now? You know what? I'm going to hold on to it. Half an hour left of the game. Still plenty of time remaining, and we may need to make a few more changes before this game is up. Anyway, you can see here, Tomov playing it out from the back. The Bulgarian beast gets over to Kofi, who will switch the play over in the direction of Ari, who picks it up. Option to the middle. Sesko is there. Oh my word, what a save by Penna. Good opportunity. Could the shot have been more in the corner? Maybe. Would a more confident Sesko score that? Maybe. Ultimately, the keeper has bailed them out massively there. That was a golden opportunity. 10 minutes left of this game. Lopez has been quiet. I think it's time. Alec Tanguy, I'm throwing you in, mate. I'm throwing you in. Football Manager is not a fairy tale. It's not an anime. There is no guarantee that you're going to have a meaningful contribution. Just ask Neymar. But the young man, the young Luzenak youngster, he's very young is what I'm trying to say. He's in at centre attacking mid as Sesko has the ball here. Find Tanguy. Where is Tanguy? Where is he? Find him. Get the binoculars out. Send the search party. Sesko gives away the ball and now Luengo has it and I'm scared. Can we press high and press hard? It's what we're going to try and do, but actually Sevilla knock the ball around superbly here. Lovely build-up play. Calderon down this far side. Molan Adriano, do not foul him. Tomov, lovely save. The effort wasn't the most ferocious in the world. I think one last shout of demand more on one last sub. We've got barely any time left. Let's take off Ari, who is struggling, and bring in Belstra. 4.5 minutes. I mean, I will take 1-0. Thank you, Football Manager. Now, please don't do this again. This has happened way too much this year. Luengo scores. Luengo scores. I mean, of course it was going to happen. 13th goal of the season for him. Lomas with the ball in. The cruel kind of thought about all of this is if I don't make the sub, they probably don't get this chance. And so I've kind of just self-inflicted it by making that late change. Anyway, would 1-1 be acceptable? Not really, especially from the position we're in. I might have to just take it, though, as the ball's whipped in. Tomov, can you get it forward quickly? We've got 19 seconds. I need a quick distribution here, Tomov. Gives it to Bra. Ball forward. Belstra, I want to believe. I want to believe this isn't just a pointless highlight. I want to believe something could happen. Belstra hits it just over the bar. It was all set up for the fairy tale. He could have even gone to his left, I think, to... I think it might have been Tanguy. I'm not sure though, but there was a man free, and instead he's gone on his lonesome, smashed it over, and ultimately I think that is going to be that, unless there's another highlight here, which feels incredibly unlikely at this moment in time. Belstra to Brat. I mean, please, Galvez, whip it in. Galvez can't beat the first man. The ball is going to be dealt with. That is it. Ref, blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. 1-1. It looks like it's going to finish here. Unless there is a late long throw. I want to believe. Galvez, please. Sesko flicks it on. It's offside. It wouldn't have counted anyway. Bra, hit it. You score these. Galvez, someone get it into the middle. We can't even beat the first man from the cross. It finishes 1-1. A hard-fought game. Perhaps we just edged it, but ultimately a share of the spoils was probably the most fair result. You can see the press have Sevilla down to beat us. We are the underdogs here. And obviously that label is not going to be lost going into the second leg away from home. Anyway, between then and now we've got a game against Nice, which is not insignificant in the title race. But ultimately, I'm not overly concerning myself with the league right now. We've got a game in hand. We are 3 points ahead of Nice as well. Even a defeat in this next game wouldn't be the end of the world. My eyes are firmly fixed on the Sevilla prize. Good result, I think, all things considering, in that first leg. Can we do it again in the second? That remains to be seen. Let's go forward. I'll see you down in the south of Spain. And, yeah, don't go anywhere. Okay, guys, so we are back here for the second leg of today's episode, taking on Sevilla. Of course, we have played one game since you were last here. It was that game against Nice. Was it a Nice result? Of course it was. That pun wasn't so Nice, was it? It finished 3-1, and the big takeaway from this game was Alex Tanguy getting his first ever senior goal. But yes, in this game, we were a goal down at half-time. I got shouty. I threw a water bottle, and it worked wonders. In the second half, we came back strong. As I mentioned, Alex Tanguy got his first ever senior goal. Huge moment for the 17-year-old. He's grown up watching the Luzenak Hall of Famers like Hugo Robert, and now he gets to, paint his own story here at Luzenak. It was a volley from a long throw. He wouldn't have had it any other way, having watched us be set-piece specialists for a number of years. Harvey Elliott also scored in this game just before the hour mark. His shot was not held by the keeper, and later on, Julio Cesar got on the end of a ball from deep, tucked it in. Really nice finish for him. A confident finish as well, that brings his goal drought to a screeching halt. And with that in mind, I think we may well start him today. It's a big game, it's a big moment, but I feel like ultimately I want to pick the best 11 I can. The only real issue is the fact that Felipe Jonathan is struggling with his condition quite a lot, to the point where I don't think I can quite justify playing him today. Because of the fact, obviously, Sardella is back, I'm going to play Galvez at left back and play Felipe Jonathan on the bench. I just prefer Galvez to Cossa, who is out of a left back option. Yes, he's lacking a little bit of match sharpness, but he is ready and raring to go from a condition perspective, as is the rest of our team. So this is how we're going to line up. As I said, Julio Cesare got that goal. I'm hoping that is the thing to lift him, to give him confidence going into this. And of course, we've got Kofi playing out on the left-hand side. Looked pretty threatening last time out. Hopefully he's going to show more of the same today. Against these, we did rotate our 11, which has set us up in a very good spot. And, well, despite not being favourites, I'm feeling pretty good about things. Now, one thing you may have noticed is the lights behind me. Something new, something different. But if you ask me, it's a bit too happy. So with that in mind, Google, please set the lights to red. Red's a good colour. Red's menacing, isn't it? Can we do it? Can we do it, Google? Hey, Google, set the lights to red. We'll try again. Look at that. First try. You have to say hey to Google, otherwise it just doesn't listen to you. Now it feels intense, doesn't it? Oh, I need dramatic music or something. Right, shall we get into this? The production value's going up, folks. Right, Sevilla away. I've been to the city of Sevilla. I went there, and it turned out it was a national holiday in Spain and nothing was open. So it wasn't the best of experiences. So with that in mind, I have a grudge against Sevilla. I don't like you. I don't like you, Sevilla, because I went there and everywhere was closed. The only thing we could do was go on like this horse carriage ride round the city. Wasn't that good? Sounds way better than it was. So with that in mind, we're coming back here today. We're going to beat them. That's the gauntlet that I'm laying out in front of us. And I want to try and approach this game the same way we approached the last leg. I felt like we really went toe-to-toe with them. And on another day, perhaps we may have even created a little bit more. Anyway, 20 minutes gone here. And I'll tell you what, all the chances are in our favour, but the possession most certainly is not. We are down at 37%. They have, of course, got Luengo, just the mental best player in the world of football, playing on the wing. Kofi, big ball forward. Julio Cesar has it. Of course, Ari and Kofi should support Cesar a little bit more as he gives away the ball with support to pass it to and chooses not to pass it to them. We do now need to defend as Forna brings the ball forward. Marlon Adriano says, Forna, you're not getting the ball in our box, and tackles him and dispossesses it. Kofi, bringing it forward. Kofi, if you can score this, I'll be happy. If you can score, he's hit the woodwork. Oh, I thought he was going to score. I actually started to believe. Also, the red light, it matches our kit. I've planned this perfectly. Oh. Right. Can we stop the effort? We don't need to stop the effort. It's gone way wide of the mark. 26 minutes gone. A few highlights in quick succession. The game sparking into life. Of course, we have to score today. 0-0. Not good enough. We need an away goal. All the more reason, I think, to start on attacking today. Try and really apply the pressure, set the tone for the match. And in this first half, it finishes 0-0. We've been the better team in terms of chances, although we've not seen many chances, have we? Let's be honest. It's not been particularly good. I think the second half's got plenty more to offer, and, well, looks like it is right from the off. 3 minutes into the half. Sosa now with it. Back with it now. Plays it back to Wrench, who, well, they're just having their own little game of keep ball in the corner here. Can we prevent them getting it further forward? Can we limit it to a keep ball round the back? Big tackle by Ari. Tries to dink it through to Julio Cesar. Not the best of balls through. And, well, it looks like they are going to deal with this here. Although we've got men smothering the ball here. And Cesar has the ball. There is no one around him. He needs to score this. The club record transfer. He bottles it and dribbles it out for a goal kick. I don't like him. I don't like him. I'm sorry. I want to say that I've always believed in him and that he's going to turn things around. But genuinely, he's missed so many one-on-ones. I miss Sesko. And the thing is, because I've dropped Sesko, he's not happy. And so he's not that great anymore. And Cesar just kicks it straight at the keeper again. Cesar, please, please, we need a goal. Not like this, Football Manager. 2 clear-cut chances, way more shots. We've got the ball again here. Ari, you can do something. You're a magical man. Plays it to Kofi. Give it back to Ari. He does. Ari's there. Latches onto it. Let's go. That is the goal we needed. No thanks to Cesar, who I'm now considering taking off. Would that be considered, like, harsh to take? He misses so many one-on-ones. You know what, Sesko? I feel like I've knocked your confidence this year by dropping you, but I'm bringing you back in now. I'm bringing you back in now. I need your physical presence up top. And, well, that was all Ari and Kofi, wasn't it? Kofi held up the ball superbly here and actually pulled off a great pass. Defender, dodgy back pass by Sosa. We're not going to mention that bit. Great finish, great ball through. 1-0 up after an hour. This is enough as things stand. One more goal and they need 3. So with that in mind, I do want to stay on the front foot here. We've got so much more to gain by getting a quick second goal with momentum on our side. I don't believe in us to keep a clean sheet, if I'm being honest. I just don't think it's possible. So with that in mind, and expecting us to concede, I feel like it's worth trying to stay on the front foot at the very least. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, well, we did it the Luzenak way. We did it the Taulor way. We did it the WorkTheSpace way. Although, with the, you know what, we've bottled too much from like the end of game. So with this in mind, I would like us to time waste lots. Just time waste it. Kill the ball if we have to. Oh, the red light. It's the red light is good luck behind me. That's all it can be. Lopez to Marsden. Gets the ball forward to Sesko. Heads it straight back to Oliveira. Ball dinked forward. Not like this. Marsden, don't do a dodgy back pass like they did. That'll do us. Tomov gets the ball forward. But the ball comes back and it's with Serrano here, who's hit the outside of the post the exact same way that Kofi did. And we've won a game this season. We've won a game. Hey, Google, turn the lights green. Green for a victory. Green? Green? Okay, we've had minor tech issues there. I've jumped forward. The lights are green. We've got to win. It's the first of the year. And what a good time to get it. We go marching on. Who have we got to have to play today? Give me someone. I'm ready for whoever. It's going to be Benfica. And that has narrative, everyone. And it has narrative because Antonio Bras is a Benfica lad. He's born and raised a Benfican. I don't know if that's what you call someone from Benfica, but we'll go with it. And that is big. When are those games happening? They are happening soon. Sooner than the French Cup final that we've also got to look forward to. My word. Things are ramping up towards a pretty crazy end to the year. Tomorrow we'll be back with the Europa League quarter-final. You know what? That result against Sevilla is great. We've defeated a team with probably the best player in world football. We won a game. We've kept a few clean sheets as well as of late. In fact, our unbeaten run now goes back 6 matches. We're amazing. We're immense. Hopefully, we'll keep it going. Is that possible? Maybe. Maybe. We need to be at our best, and we've not been at it nearly enough this season in the big games. Let's hope we can be for the game against Benfica. Guys, I will see you then. I'm going to go and have a word with my Google Home because apparently it can't do the lights. It is me, Jack, and I'll see you guys then. I'm out.